Good day, traders, and welcome to this video presentation of our latest trading tool, the Non-Moving Average Expert Advisor. In a nutshell, this Expert Advisor is it's very similar to the Fluid Expert Advisor. It can detect the trend, it can enter a trade, exit a trade when the trend reverses. It can also hedge, or it can place a normal stop loss and a take profit, depends on the trader, the settings you choose. And well, I will explain all these settings in detail. Let's see the main idea. First of all, if you don't know how to spot the trend, what you have to do basically is just zoom out and look at the higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, and so on. If you still don't know how to use those, this is where the Expert Advisor comes in handy. Or this non-moving average indicator, which is, in my opinion, it's much better than the moving average that comes with the MetaTrader terminal. It's also more precise. All right. So the Expert Advisor has three options to consider the trend, to decide about the trend. These are color, position, both of these two. I'll explain them. And you can also set the trend detector to disable if you want. And by the way, the color for the non-line moving average, the length of the non-line moving average for the trend, it's the trend length, obviously, which is for this example set to 300. In a nutshell, the Expert Advisor uses the indicator, only this indicator, the non-line moving average indicator, one time to detect the trend, the higher value, 300, and the smaller one, it says a signal to detect the trade entries or exit if instructed so. So let's start with the trend. The trend is the 300 line, the moving average on the chart. And if the Expert Advisor is set to trend detector to color, that means that it will be allowed to buy or to sell only when the trend moving average will have the up or the down proper color. Basically, it will be allowed to buy only here in this area, which is good because we are trading with the trend, right? This is the idea basically. Except for this part here, is try to change a little, and then it will start to sell from when it will change the color into black until here. I see here it changes again into white, and that's one option. The other option is to set the trend detector to position, and that means that the Expert Advisor is allowed to buy or to sell. It considers the position of the price regarding the moving average. So if the price is above the moving average, then the Expert Advisor will buy. Basically, let's zoom out a little. Basically, we would have been allowed to buy from here until here. And we would have been allowed to sell from here until down here, with probably some small interruptions up here when the price rose above it 2 times, like a double top. All right, and then there is the third option, which you can use for, well, safety, let's say, and that is both of them. For the Expert Advisor to buy, the price must be above the non-line moving average, and the non-line moving average must be white color. And so it will stop here somewhere, and then to sell, price must be below it, and the non-line moving average must be black color. So we will have a no man's land somewhere in this area, right? Nothing will happen here, nothing will happen here, and nothing will happen in this side of the chart until the trend moving average will change the color to white, which happens here apparently. And this is how it detects the trend. Okay, now besides this, let's delete this line. Besides this, as I said, it uses the same indicator, the non-line moving average, to spot the entries. And the entries are given by the color change this time from the uptrend from white into black. So when the color changes from white to black, the expert advisor is instructed to open a sell if it is allowed to. Then the color changes again from white to black, open a sell. The idea is to follow this, the waves up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and start to sell here, right? At the top of the peak, start to sell here, 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 and this is what is happening now. Open a sell maybe here, if not the second one. Open a sell here, open a sell here, open a sell here, another one here. That would have been a very good trade. But even this one, I open another one here, and so on. And this is how it finds the entries. What you are wondering now, probably, when does exit a trade? Then it has the possibility to use the same non-lag moving average indicator as for the signal to close a trade, which is it's a good thing. I think I'll show you in 1 second. Close, if you set this, close trades at non-lag moving average to true. I think by default it's set to true. I personally use it, but now it's up to you. What will basically happen is the expert advisor will open the trade here and then close it when the color changes back from black into white, right? So close it, open and close, open and close, open a trade and close it, open and stay with the trend, ride the trend and close it here, open and close it. And this gives a little more profit than opening a trade here and let it run until, I don't know, some day. Unless you, of course, set stop loss and then you open the second trade and so on. But that's another style of trading. Now, let's try the next settings better. So we talked about the trend length, we talked about the signal length. You can instruct the expert advisor to allow only long trades to be open or short trades, buy or sell, or both ways. This is the lot size, the initial lot size, if you are hedging, the initial lot size of the, the first trade basically, or the only trade if you are not hedging. I will make another video about hedging, zone, and fluid. Or you can watch those in the RobotFX fluid videos. I will make others anyway. I think those have that quality. Let's not talk about hedging in this video, right? So you have the option to set a minimum profit. I don't think you need it. Oh yes, you need it, even if you don't hedge. So if you don't hedge, the expert advisor, once it will open a trade, let's say sell for the sake of this chart. Once you open the trade, immediately after we'll place the stop loss and the take profit of your choice for the ECN brokers, of course. However, if you have the close trade at non-lag moving average set to true and you want this trade to be closed, what a mess. And you want this trade to be closed when the non-lag moving average, the signal one, changes the color. The expert advisor will close it only if the price reached minimum profit. Only the profit reached the minimum profit. I set this to a very low number. Usually it's 0. And by the way, this is in currency. It's 5 cents. It's not pips or points or anything. It's currency. So I set this to 0 or to 5 cents because I want to, I'm usually hedging. I said I'll talk about this later. I'm hedging, and well, as soon as I have two opposite trades on the chart, I want to close them as soon as I can at break even. That's my trading style. You don't need to copy me, but if you find it useful, well, research it, and good luck trading. Anyway, stop loss, take profit, maximum numbers of orders. This doesn't apply to you if you don't hedge. So we don't talk about this now. If you don't hedge, you don't care about this, you can ignore it. Trailing stop, it's also a break even. It means once the price goes in your favor for 30 pips it was set, then the expert advisor will place the stop loss or drag the stop loss at the entry, somewhere at the entry level at break even. And then we go to the trailing step. Excuse me. If the price moves more, 150 pips plus the trailing stop, then the where were we? Let's say somewhere here, then the stop loss will be dragged 30 pips away again distance from the price, the actual price at that moment. And that's the trailing step. We are trailing the price step by step. Slippage is self-explanatory. I will not talk about it. Let it to 3 pips or to 5. Basically, let's say it very fast. It's the maximum distance allowed for the price to move between the expert advisor gives the instructions and the broker server executes it. So if the expert advisor wants to sell here and the price moves more than the slippage distance, which by default is 3 pips, so 30 points on the chart, if it moves here, the broker server shouldn't execute it. Something like that. What else? You have the option to use Martingale if you want. Careful with the Martingale. Let's take them one by one. These are the Martingale settings: Martingale, multiplier, and deep level. If you set the Martingale to true, the expert advisor will detect whether the previous trade was a loss or not. And if the previous trade was a loser, a loss trade, then it will multiply the lot size of the next trade. So if you lose 0.01, it will multiply this with the multiplier that you choose here. Multiplied by 2, it will open the next trade at 0.02, right? 0.01 times 2 equals 0.02, and this will be the lot size of the next trade. If we lose this trade again, then it will multiply again, so it will be 0.04, and it will do this the same number of times that you choose here at the deep level. So if you want the Martingale to happen only one time, set it to 1, for example, and that means you lose one trade, the expert advisor will double the next trade. Even if it will lose the next trade, it will not double again. It will go back to 0.01 on the first trade. I hope you understood this. The trade comment, you should leave it RobotFX.ro just to help you better monitor the trades. You have the option to close trades at maximum orders. When we don't talk about this, this is for hedging, not for the no hedging. You have the option to close trades at minimum profit. Again, this is for hedging as well. Close trades at take profits. You don't need this. You should leave this to false because when you don't hedge, the expert advisor will set take profit anyway. And close trades at non-lag moving average. This you can leave to set to true any time. We talked about this. You instruct the expert advisor if it opens a trade here when the color changes from white to black. It instructs it to close it if it's in profit when the non-lag moving average changes the color again from black into white. If it is into profit, if that profit is bigger than the minimum profit. That's why I like to set it so low, sometimes 0. But it's up to you how you use it. And you also have the option to choose what the expert advisor does after it will close a trade. But again, you don't need this for no hedging, because when you don't hedge, the expert advisor will not close the trades, and the trades will close by themselves when they will hit the stop loss or the take profit. So let's not talk about this now. I will talk in another video because this is already long now, 15 minutes, and yeah. Yes, excuse me. You have the option to set alerts. screen alerts or notifications on your mobile. It's either push notifications, email, or all of them. What else? You have the options the option to disable the comments on the chart, these comments, but I suggest you leave them because well, they display useful information. Why am I doing this? They display useful information about the broker and the limits. You have the spread, you have the minimum lot allowed, you have the maximum lot allowed to trade, lot size, tick size, and so on. This is useful information. Maybe you want to trade a lot size that is not allowed by your broker. You will see it here. Can I trade it or not? Does it divide by the lot step or not? And you'll know why you can or you cannot trade. What else? Well, that's not important. Our contact page. So only this for now. I will try to open but there's, oh, yeah, I forgot to choose every tick. I'll let it finish now anyway. I will let it run just to see and maybe explain as it simulates trading in a strategy tester. What happened for the year 2016? Very fast. Well, it was a good thing. It was a good year, I guess. Drawdown very small, 25. All right. Every